I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from How Low Can You Go, Book 5 in the Do the Wrong Thing series. Last time in How Low Can You Go, Ava developed pictures to avoid the terror of her derelict boyfriend leaving her and did acid at a party that devolved into violence and an attack by skinheads. Warning: sex, violence, drugs, alcohol, and disturbing behavior. This is the continuation and ending of a chapter called Private Violence. Greg doesn't want to do the photo shoot. He complains about it the whole time, but complies. In his latest bedroom, with the futon on the floor and his dirty blankets and pillow crumpled on top, he takes off his pants and lets me get my shots. Part of the Make Public Private, or vice versa, assignment involves using a large format, enlarger, and 2 foot by 1.5 foot photo paper. My finished project: grainy, larger than life, low contrast, and black and white. Greg's penis, flaccid, close up from different angles, half hard in one pic, with a drop of liquid at the tip. I like that I see things in the photos that I didn't see when taking them. My privates: a glistening hole surrounded by skin flaps and wiry hair. It looks like a dismal galaxy or the Milky Way, no pun on viscous fluids intended. I keep calling Steph, the teenage drug dealer, but she doesn't answer, so I go to her door. "Sorry, Ava," she says in her velvety, deep voice, flipping back her long black hair. "They're all gone." 2 days earlier, I'd lamented to Greg and Johnny, "What the hell is wrong with everybody? Where's Steph? Where's Steph?" It was an absolute frenzy. Everyone wanted these little tablets she'd gotten from a clinic near Mercy Street. They weren't prescribed, not to her anyway, and she was charging $8 per. "Where's Steph? Where's Steph?" "They're just stupid little pills," I'd said. But later that night, when I arrived at Amoeba, Greg smiled with a challenging look in his eyes and gave me half of one. Nothing's happening. I sat with my beer, looking around. Tenebrae played on the TV while the misfits pulverized the room's frigid air. This whole place could burn down and I wouldn't care. The thought drifted through my mind like a banner behind an airplane. It was weird, because what the banner said was true. It was weird. I didn't feel high. I felt normal, but this perception materialized, distant, like that airplane banner, this lack of concern. If the place burned down, all around me, I wouldn't care enough to run. I'd never experienced nothing, no sensation that felt better than acid, mushrooms, alcohol, orgasms, the peace of no feeling. So part of me is happy that Steph has run out. I can't control myself around peace. On the due date for the Make Public Private assignment, we pin our photos to the walls and the class walks around as if they're at an art gallery, but we discuss each set. People stop talking when we get to mine, and for a few seconds, I question what I've done. "Brave," someone finally says. Others murmur agreement. "I feel like I've been forced to look at something I don't want to see," whines one girl. Her work looks like Hallmark birthday cards. I don't care what she thinks. Horaway says he likes the grainy, gritty look of them. "They're so not sexy," he says, smiling at me. I get pregnant again. It happens on a beige, sagging couch after a party where Greg and I pass out on said couch the following morning. A few weeks before Christmas, I'm delirious with fever and flu. I call my parents. "Hello," my mom says. "Hi, Mom. I'm calling because I'm pregnant." "Oh, that's nice. We have some people over. Can I call you back in an hour?" "Sure." That didn't go badly, I think. Maybe there's hope. Maybe my parents will help me till the baby's born and I can give it up for adoption instead of, you know. 2 hours later, my phone rings. "Hello?" "Who's the father?" my dad bellows. "Do you know who the father is?" my mom shrieks. "Do you know who the father is?" My throat constricts. I feel even more nauseous and my eyes start to water. "Okay, I'll get an abortion," I finally croak out. "Don't you dare have an abortion," Dad thunders. "Do you hear him? It's murder," my mom screams. "Murder!" "Well, I can't." "You've been on welfare your whole life. You can damn well raise a kid on welfare." Dad. "Who's the father?" my mom shrieks. "You don't know, do you? You don't know." I'm going. I say as mom continues, "You don't know. You don't know." Thanks for. Bye, I say, hanging up. I turn over on the futon and curl up in a ball of pain. I cry deep, heaving sobs, but then suddenly stop. I'll have to have the abortion. I thought I could at least have the kid and give it up for adoption, but I'm no shape to even carry it to term. Don't start crying again, Ava. Don't cry. I take stock. No money, no family, no friends. But there is one thing I have: freedom. I can do whatever I want, whatever I want. I have freedom. Art school. I'm going to art school. Christmas Eve, 1991. Greg, me, and this French Canadian girl are in his room, the one with the striped mattress and the study lamp. Oh God, this is hard to write. My heart literally hurts. Fuck. She's got long brown hair, uncombed, strands flying everywhere. She's cute, I guess, but what kind of girl goes home with complete strangers on Christmas Eve to a rundown, cold, filthy, barely furnished house occupied by 5 or 6 guys? This one, I guess. Once I put a needle in my eye, she says in a heavy accent, miming with her hands up near her eye. Do you know you can do that? I put it right in the center, the black part, and then I took it out. Did you know you can do that? Greg is trying to kiss her. She's avoiding him, telling me this story. We're all naked eventually, and she goes down on me while Greg falls back against the mattress dramatically, looks over at me, rolls his eyes, shakes his head, and laughs. I smile at him, vindicated. There was no way I was going to spend this night alone. I stuck to Greg and this girl like glue after we left Mercy Street. And to Greg's credit, he let me tag along. The girl brings me to orgasm, says she has to go, dresses, and leaves. After she's gone, Greg puts his arm around me, kisses me, and fucks me. I come again. Lying with him afterwards, I'm satiated in a way I haven't felt for a very long time. The physical keening, ugh, it starts up merely thinking about it. My whole body feeling like it was sucking in on itself, attempting to fill some sharp, painful hole at its center, is gone. I've been walking around like that for days, drinking it away at night. I did not let the shyness, insecurity, or whatever it was that turns me into a specter against myself win. I couldn't be alone. I made sure I wasn't. I've never made the first move on Greg. I always wait, lying expectantly and hopefully, even if I'm horny, but never initiate. I used to with Julian and Ron. I'm sure there were others, but with Greg, never. A couple of weeks after the encounter with the French Canadian girl on the same striped futon in his room with only a study lamp on the floor for light, I wrap myself around him and kiss him. The light is out, so it's super dark. I wonder if this room has a window. I've never noticed. My heart pounds, but his does too, as hard as mine, I notice. His arm is under me, but he lets it lie there, limp. He's on his back, staring upwards. I go down on him, the fear of rejection making a lump in my throat that inhibits my work. He gets hard, then fucks me missionary style, and when it's over, his nose starts to bleed. He rolls onto his back and grabs a roll of toilet paper, fumbling for the light switch to find it. That was weird, he says a few minutes after lying there, voice flat, dry, and from the paper jammed up inside his nostril, nasally. He stares upwards, the arm that was limp underneath me cradling his head. Add date here. I have no memory of the circumstances leading up to the actual abortion, nor of the actual abortion. Goodbye, tiny baby. Ava, I hear behind me as I walk down George Street. I turn to see Greg's latest, unshaven, rumpled roommate. I don't know what happened to Derek, the football hooligan. Come to the party this weekend, he exclaims. There's going to be violence. I look at the excitement on his face. People are so poor they're using violence to get high instead of alcohol or drugs. I give him a half smile and nod, but I won't be going to any more parties.